You know, it's a good day when you can pull off walking away with the Duelist Nexus sneak peek mat. Let's dig into that first place deck profile. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. This is our first place deck profile sneak peek edition. And Robbie, how was Slighton here? How was it? How great was it? How fantastic was it? Yeah, it was so great I didn't even play it. Yeah. The horse is a good card. I want to play Tyrant's Tirade. I want to test it more. But for as much time and effort as I didn't have the horse, so we dealt with it. So we ended up winning, and this is the best card in the deck. We finished 401 out of 30 people and locked down first. But yeah, so this card's good. I wanted to play a mono Wado, but I was looking at a deck profile before the event. I was like, you know what, we're just going to net deck something to test. You know, I haven't got a chance to play IRL in a little bit, and I was like, okay, you know, we'll do this. Yeah, deck's crap. Well, Robbie, what about Eradicator Epidemic Virus? You know, Eradicator's like, it's a busted card. Just don't let your opponent see it. Wait, what about Labyrinth, Robbie? I did play a Labyrinth player. I milled it on the RNG. That's how good you gotta be. So yeah, this card, play this card. This card's nuts. It wins you games. Played against a Mana DM player. I deployed this because he didn't negate the first spell, and then he was like, oh, well, that just turns off, you know, my negates. Yep, it does, except for, you know, the trap card. 2 Fountain. Robbie, ready for Fountain to go to 1? I mean, I can make do with 1 Fountain. It's not going to be a fantastic time, to be honest with you, but card probably should be at 1. This card, like, no matter how you look at it, this card is the nuts. Alright, like, it is... I can't believe they made it. Even with 2 Fountain, like, I didn't have an issue with 2. It was pretty good. Then we have triple copies of Just the Tip. This is any Runick spell card in your entire deck, and it's a mill 1. It is the heart and soul of the deck. Honestly, when Tip goes to 1, if Tip goes to 1, this card is going to be even more valuable. We play triple Flashing Fire. I would argue that this card is also bonkers crazy in the deck because the special Summon Popper, the value you get off of this card, the amount of control this also puts you into while playing this is immense. And I knew this card's like amazing, but like you have to be super careful with this. You got to turn off things that are going to be more immediate threats than others in some matchups. This card says mill 4 cards, and I say this every single deck profile that we do, but this is probably by far one of the best ones. If your opponent's playing relevant spells, hi Birth, how are you? Popping Birth is absolutely amazing. Obviously, you know, stopping, you know, Kalarium and Raceloth from getting their searches is also really good on the activation, but you do have to be aware of your spells and traps that are going to be immediate threats. So, yeah. Don't go popping random back row with that unless you need to. We have 4 copies. We have 3 copies of this stupid card. Oh my Lanta. That with this is nuts. Your opponent having 1 protection on this is nuts. Alright, trust me. I did get Lightning Storm for like 5, it was for 6 today, and I super cried, but I did have the chain to protect the Fiend for 1, which was like absolutely the insane. We have 3 of the monster negates, or the effect veiler. This card, it's extremely, I mean, like, what do you want me to tell you? Like, card's nuts. You know what you're doing with it. We have 1 Smiting Storm. This is the giant miller that gets everything done for you. I say this a lot, but like, this card, the longer that the game goes, your opponent starts to get frustrated, and you activate this, and you like sweep 5, 6 off the top. It does do a lot. And then I play 1 copy of Dispelling. To be honest with you, Dispelling was okay. I wanted to play Golden Droplet. I actually really thought about wanting to play Golden Droplet. Like, a lot. But I opted not to play the Golden Droplet because I figured the Dispelling would be good for this. And I'm still stuck in my terrible ways of playing 41 bad cards. I'm still playing 2 Desires. There are a lot of people that have long since cut Desires. I think deck thinning yourself down to a point where you can manage your resources, be able to play the game, and, you know, make combo lines based on the knowledge of what's gone. I actually desired myself down to 1 card, trick sharded my opponent 10 cards off the deck. They drew their last card, I drew my last card, and then they decked out. And it was a high risk versus high reward because I thought I was going to lose, but the desires literally fed me into like the last value that I needed to mill my opponent out. 2 is fine in this. I think that this card is still going to be one of the best cards that you can play. I know once again people are like, well, you know, you don't need to play it. You're not going to capture me playing this deck without this. We have 2 copies of Duality. Honestly, Duality's pretty good. You still have the slight confliction of, oh, do I want to commit, you know, to the value train? You know, what if, you know, I see this and, like, you can't special. Yeah, it'd be like that. And then Card Demise. You know how many times this got banished off the top of my deck today with the Banish 3 off of the Rise Heart? I'm actually physically disgusted with how many times I've seen this card go bye-bye. Like, can we not RNG this? I resolved Demise once today. This card is like, it is good. It does get like the combo flowing for the deck, but I don't know. This card, I actually thought about cutting this today. Good thing I didn't. This card came up 3 times. It's way more than it should. It does give your opponent a card, which is a little bit questionable. I feel like at certain points, but you need the protection. I also kind of want to cut this card. This card's... past turn 1, like, this card is so awful. Because you've already thinned down a fountain. You're like, oh boy, you know. And it's also a giant droll target. And that's my honest opinion on it. This is a free auto win. You know how many people don't know how to out this card? Well, Eradicator. Yeah, I know Eradicator, but it ensures that, you know, you're good. We have 3 of this card. Thanks, Konami. Thanks. As long as this card exists at 3, I'm going to abuse the crap out of this. This card is nuts. You know how many people cannot play around this? Like, this card is physically disgusting. And you have this card. Another card that says your opponent literally can't play the game. And then we play Gozen. I gave Rivalry an honest thought today. I was like, you know, we'll give Rivalry a little bit of an opinion just to see, you know, what it can do. No, Gozen 100% better. Hey, Robbie, how good's your extra deck? Well, let me tell you about the most generic extra deck in the world. Hey, look, it's 3 of Search Fountain / Protection for the card. This card did some stuff today. This card's first time I've seen Moonin actually be useful. Moonin did some crazy things. The protection targeting effect on this thing is actually insane because it negates and destroys. The amount of people that didn't realize that today. Wow. Still playing Triple Gary. I think you need to play 3 of this for the grind game, honestly. Hey, look, it's 2 copies of our dog. Probably gonna cut one of these for a Sleipnir. Let me tell you the value for this card today. This card was summoned 4 times, contributed all 4 times because I didn't want to burn Hugins. Because, yeah, I already had, like, seen the fountain at that point, and I would rather just, you know, deploy something better. So, gonna cut that for 1 horse. Hey, look at my extra deck. Oh, what are these? Why in the world are you playing Gigantic Sprite, Arise Heart, Zeus, and Baron? Or I'll be like, what are these? Why do you care about these cards? See said side deck here. So, we are playing the Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. I boarded this in 3 times today. Didn't draw it at all. In theory, I mean, it's also technically... I guess I could try to make something in the extra deck, but, like, we both know that's not going to happen. We both know that, you know, you're not going to be able to do that. But, yeah, this is why you are playing this package. I had a little bit of room. I saw one of the ideas from YouTube. I was like, okay, you know, we'll try the Ghost Reapers. It seems good. Hey, it's my big old testicle. This card is still nuts. You see this card against Mana DM, you don't care. You're just going to town. We have 3 Cosmic Cyclones because the card's amazing. This is some shenanigans. You laugh at your opponent when you start doing this. This also helps, you know, invalidate some of the other, you know, value that's kind of floating around in the format. We're playing Judgments here as well. I do know that Dark Bribe versus Judgment is a pretty big discussion point. but I found that I still like Judgment. What about your life? What about giving your opponent the card? I don't want to give my opponent the card. I get scared because my opponent starts drawing these outs and I lose. And then we have all the evenlies in the world. In the world. Didn't draw the card at all. Honestly, the biggest things I boarded in today were the Judgments and this card, because accelerating the deck out is pretty good. Actually, I did board in the evenlies quite a lot, but I never drew them. They're just like whatever at that stage. So, that is, that's where I'm sitting right now with this deck. I think the deck is a lot of fun. We managed to beat Fallen of Albaz, Punk Gold Pride, I don't even remember my round 2. It was Mana Diem, Fallen of Albaz, and then Kashtira. So it was a pretty big meta-filled day. So please, comment down below what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.